Well, I guess I'll start. So I've got a little speech, and I'm going to go there. All right, so good afternoon. Thank you all for coming on a Saturday afternoon. Really happy that you're joining us. So my name is Patricia Gallegos. People call me Patricia, Patsy, Pat. Anyway, I am the honorary founding board member of the Valle Community Center and Library. Anita, yay! So we're celebrating National Library Week. That's what this is about. Today is not so much as about books as it is about community and spending time together to learn, to connect, to make the opportunity possible for everyone. So I have a little action thing to do for all of us need to do for right now. If you would, with me, you can close your eyes and leave them open, but just imagine this center being abandoned for 10 or 20 years. What would it look like? Right? Windows broken, ceiling falling down. I'm a little embarrassed. No electricity, no heating, no lighting. Pigeons living between the ceiling and the rooftop. Yes. So needed a lot of work, right? So 30 years ago, community members, including a few that we know that maybe aren't here now. Didi, David Encinas, his daughter Mona Encinas, she was on our board. She was our youth volunteer when we started. Cora Clark, even Jack from Cerrito came down and was helping us with the windows. And then he decided to go make his own school up in Cerrito. He rebuilt another one all over there, so that was great. And several other local people working together to restore the center. We were sweeping broken glass. We were cleaning the walls. They were filthy. We closed off the pigeons so they couldn't live here anymore. And then some of the fellows cleaned the parking lot, right? So you're talking 1996, 97, 98. And different people would come, different people would help. Some people came, some people left. You know, it just kind of went on forever. Then I invited the San Miguel Detention Center warden to bring his detainees. And they came. And we had paint donated by a gentleman that was from here, and he lived in Santa Fe, owns his own paint shop, gave us all the paint. Detainees were here. They were supervised and painted the entire building for us. So talk about using your resources, right? When the Villanueva State Park discontinued the annual Easter egg hunt, Ramon and Vicky Gallegos revived the tradition, and with tons of local volunteers. But they did start it, and then they passed it on to all of us to continue it. Some of you may know Roger Sena. So Roger and I went to a bikers meeting in Santa Fe, right? We went to a bikers meeting in Santa Fe to sponsor Los Niños del Valle Christmas Toy Run. And that started our Christmas events every year after that. So the parking lot was full of bikers. And we kind of turned an eye if they were going into their little pouches to get a little something to drink, because we don't allow alcohol on the premises. But anyway, that was the beginning. And then since then, it's been going, and Jerry and the staff and volunteers have been continuing our Christmas program ever since. Right? So along the lines of honoring our community heritage, I want to introduce my daughter, Adriana Gallegos Higgins, with her 3 babies. she painted the mural that's out there of her grandfather. Her grandfather's high school graduation picture. He served in World War II and / Korean War, representative of the Valley's tradition of military service. We have a lot of our gentlemen, friends, brothers, and everybody else that went to war throughout all of the different, it was a big value for the Valley. Anyway, Frank, my father, began working as a sheep herder at 8 years old. After his father passed away. So growing up with him, he was a tough guy. Like a lot of our men here, especially at that age, right? He stressed hard work, education were essential in getting ahead. In 2011, we got the mural up, and we opened the resource room. So again, another part of our work here, and it was a computer room, and Catherine will talk more about what we have going on now. In 2017, the David Cargill Library in Villanueva was recognized as a developing library and was eligible for fiscal year 2018 state grants in aid. Deb Seavey, Rebecca Salazar, Eva Archwager, and at present, our very own librarian, Joanne Martinez, our formal library, contributed to its growth. Eva also ran the center for several years and was responsible for keeping it in good standing with the state requirements and so much more. She's not here with us today, but she did a lot of good work, as we all have. EVCC, Valle Community Center, and library is a part of the New Mexico State Library System, offering 8,000 print items and up-to-date children's library, as well as free computer and internet access. So through restoration, community events, educational program, and preserving heritage, the Valle Community Center and Villanueva Library continue to serve and uplift the Valley. Its legacy is built on dedication, volunteerism, big time. I think we recorded 360 volunteers for last year, participated, and commitment. So with that, I'd like to introduce many of the people that have had something to do with all of that. If you would, stand Jerry Madrid, our president of the board. Her success is recruiting volunteers. And she won't let you go. I said, oh, I really like the article in the paper. You are coming today, right? And it's like, okay. So we have Marie Seiss. Marie, would you stand? She's also on our board. Catherine Brewer, our treasurer. Jason Gonzalez, our farmer's market king. And Dolores, where's Dolores? Encinas, I can't see you. There you are. So thank you for your. Oh, where's Billy? Where's Billy? Gilbert, that's why. Gilbert. I have Gilbert. And he's got some good connections as well. Your commitment is building a legacy that will benefit the Valley community for generations. We appreciate your decision to contribute and recognize your dedication as a true example of community spirit. So you can't go better than that. That's pretty great. Yeah, did you hear that? And of course, we have to acknowledge our distinguished guests here in the Valley that have been extremely supportive throughout the years. Senator Liz Stefanik. I've known Liz since the beginning, and I can't tell you how, I should say Liz, I'm so sorry. Senator.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh my God. I always do that. Okay. For Senator Stefanik. she also is very instrumental with our Senior Citizen Center and very supportive to the Valley in all the years. I know I wrote something down. She's also has been a core library funded supporter across the state in her role as state legislator. And then we have, of course, Anita, representative who's on this. Anita did some real good service this year. So she set aside legislative growth funding for the center this year and next year of $90,000 each year.
Wow.
Yay, Anita! That's extremely great. If we can ever get it out of the state to come to a nonprofit organization, which is a lot of bureaucracy. But we are very grateful. Thank you. Now I want to, and I don't think we have folks here from there, but I'll share with you past and present funders. So Konama Foundation was one of the first that supported us. So that was really great. Anderson Foundation, Eva was very successful in getting them on board. Conway Foundation is a local funder that provides a lot of money for all the kids' celebrations through the, yay! Las Vegas, New Mexico Community Foundation, Anchor Health and Wellness. Are they here, Catherine, do you know?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yay! Okay, and New Mexico State Library, of course, who funds our library. Santa Fe Food Depot, who funds our food pantry, which we have. And Catherine will talk more about all that. Our newest investors, Masonic Charity Foundation, who is here. Yay! To help us fix the building, $30,000. And then we have Pattern Energy. Yes, absolutely. And then we have Pattern Energy. We have a few people from there. Yes, please. For our renovation, and we'll be working with Luna Community College to have some classes here, right? Anita, you're talking to them as well. So that we could get some local folks in that service area. So we're very excited about that. So anyway, thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce Catherine next. Thank you.
Make a little bit of an adjustment here, Patricia. All right. Okay. Well, wow. It is exciting to be here with everybody here today. For my personal trajectory, in 2005, I bought land across the river from Servando Lucero, who's the Lucero family name is a big name here in this valley, and sort of was casually aware that things were happening up in this abandoned building, but every now and then there'd be a person here. And over time, it's more and more has been going on. I mean, the definition of community center in an ideal world is that anything that the community wants or needs, this is a place to host it. And so it's not surprising that a great deal of visions, this is a place that is giving a birth and giving life to a lot of people's ideas, and in the process is bringing people together and generating a whole bunch more good stuff, right? At this point, when you come up here pretty much every day, there's people in here doing something. So we've been drawing on our resources here in the valley, people, what they can bring. Jerry, you're also the decorator. So this is why things look so good and why there's so many people around here. Some of the things that are going on presently, we have in this room, let's see, there are yoga classes twice a week. This is actually part of a health program, partly through our library, because the library runs programs. It's for lifelong literacy and learning, right? It's for uplifting us as a lifelong learning process. We have community meetings in here often. We will soon have a teleconferencing set up, so people here who need to do teleconferencing with other organizations can do it. We will also soon be having a telehealth set up, a private booth, so that people can consult with doctors in other parts of the state or country or world, I suppose, these days. So this is sort of our general purpose, and let's see, we were building gingerbread houses here back at Christmas, and this place was full of people. People can rent it in the community for funerals, for graduations, all sorts of events, at a very modest rate. So this room gets a lot of use. Next door, we have our food pantry, which is also seeing hundreds of visits a month. Becca is running it. Thank you, doing an incredible job. The food pantry is being supported by the Anderson Foundation and Conalma, but also food comes in from Food Depot, and you sign people up for programs that they may be eligible for at the state and federal level. So we're really helping with the food security, because this valley does not have, we have had to, now we're down to one little store here in town, which is wonderful, the Gallego store, make sure you give them some support, but it doesn't meet the need. People are remote and cash is hard to find, and so this is a free choice pantry. People can come in and take what they need. So it gets a lot of visits, and it's quite healthy food. You know, there's a lot of like basic potatoes and onions and that sort of thing. Then we have in the adjoining room that way, what was sort of a pile of stuff. Susan Gallegos, I don't see her right now, but various people have turned it into a very nice thrift store and boutique. But again, prices are very modest. So we take all sorts of contributions, and basically everything's $1. And you can keep yourself, very nice things for the community. Beyond that, we have the library. We have an adult library with some incredible collections. We have a medical collection that came from Southwest Acupuncture College. They donated their materials when they closed here, so we have this extensive medical library. We also have a Southwestern collection. Chris, where are you? There you are. That your mother left to us with the incredible depth of Southwestern material. And then we have many other donations and things. It's built up a very nice library. We have a children's library as well. These are supported by the state library program, the New Mexico State Library Program. And then we have also provide a high speed. For a long time, now there's more internet in the valley and all, but for a long time we had really good high speed internet here. And so provide digital services for the community as well. I know I'm leaving things off. The holidays, pop up, anything else that you can think of that happens here. The farmer's market, obviously, in the summer, a weekly that Jason is running. Yes, Amanda?
The acequia meetings.
Yes, the acequia associations. We have 8 acequias between here and the freeway, and then Cerrito has another one, and so these acequia associations can meet. Anybody else?
Easter egg hunts.
Easter egg hunts, critical. Halloween, trunk or treat. So there's movie nights, bingo nights. What else? Jess? Crafts. Yes. Cool. Flamenco dance. They had we brought the folks out from and had an incredible. So people are using it, and people's visions are coming alive. But fundraising is difficult. The library is funding the collection, and it's funding some of our digital stuff, the state library, New Mexico State Library, but do not touch it for capital, do not touch it for maintenance, do not touch it for the building. And trying to support the building itself for 30 years has been the challenge. It's like, we can bring the people in, but you don't get a new roof with volunteer labor. You know, you can't do that. You can't come up to code with a public facility like this. So she's not here, but I think you had a good conversation with her recently. Teresa Ledger Fernandez, our federal congressional representative. And back in 2023, she got $750,000 through the U.S. Congress for a renovation for this building. And the way that works is, well, the feds would put in 3/4 of that money, but we first have to raise $187,000, and we have to spend that $180,000, prove we're serious, get ourselves a quarter of the way into the project, and then the feds will pay for the rest. That money looks like secure. I know that a lot of money's been pulled at the federal level, but that money looks secure. But we have had to do our job. And it is very hard to get started with something like that. To be in a little village like that where people don't talk about that kind of money much. And say, yeah, we're serious, we're gonna do this, believe in us. Our first support for our match, the $187,000 part, was from the Las Vegas, New Mexico Community Foundation. They've supported us in other ways, but they had a collaboration with the Ancorum Foundation, which is somehow associated with Christus St. Vincent's. I'm not quite sure how. But they, about 8 months ago, in August, gave us $30,000 toward our match. And then we are extremely grateful. We thought, okay, well, we've gotten started. That's wonderful. It was enough to get a lawyer on board to start researching our leak, because we're required to, a couple more acronyms that will come up. Ledger Fernandez's office on that money, Congress doesn't handle the day-to-day on that. They delegate it to some federal agency. In this case, the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, has a Community Facilities Rural Development Program. So they're running the show. So they're making sure that whatever we do meets federal requirements and all of that. And so they have requirements. We have to have a lawyer, we have to have these reviews, we have to have procurement details and all of that. So anyway, the $30,000 was enough to get us started, but that's only 1/6 of the way. And then we have applied to the Masonic Charities Foundation, the New Mexico Masonic Charities Foundation, and described what we were doing here, and you guys believe in us and believed in us, and so, as soon as I stop talking, we're going to do a presentation. You guys are presenting us a $30,000 contribution, which is wonderful. And you guys are a smaller group than the Las Vegas, New Mexico Community Foundation and Quorum. They're working with much deeper, bigger stuff, but they're looking at the social determinants of health. Not just physical health, but socially, what does a community need to be healthy? So, and Quorum, and thank you for the Masons. Then we, several years ago, Senator Stefanik's helped get a $90,000 appropriation at the state level for us before even Teresa Ledger Fernandez's work on our behalf. But that money has been stopped up. It hasn't made it to us because we are a nonprofit organization and the state doesn't give money to nonprofits. But we are here on San Miguel del Bado land grant land. And we have an official relationship with the land grant. And so it looks like as we make that relationship a little more clearer and transparent on paper, that legislative allocation from the state can make it to us. And about probably 50 to 60,000 of that, we can also, the USDA will count it toward our match, which is wonderful. So as of a week ago, that's where we thought we were. We thought we still had about 60 to 70,000 to raise. And my understanding is that you've been in conversations with Pattern Energy, and you guys are going to help us get to the finish line.
Yes.
And I've not been part of the conversation, so I won't say more about that, but it's very exciting. So this week, because we thought, okay, it's actually going to happen. You said, when we first were talking about this a year ago, you were like, yeah, never. There's no way, we can't do that. And you guys, everybody's pulling together to do this. So let's see. Yes, we're getting very close to that. Was there anything else? Oh, so yes, so now we're going to put together a renovation committee and start, the next thing that will happen is we're going to go out to bid for an architect and engineer, because everybody's asking for details. We're like, we don't know, we're not the people who do that. We need to hire somebody to tell us what the roof's going to cost and exactly what needs to be done and how out of code we are and what do we need to do for ADA, what do we need to do for plumbing and electric. But hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have those people on board. And hopefully at that point, we can do some community scoping meetings. And what is our vision? How can we make this, because this project is a piece of what we'd like for our community, but how does it connect to people's visions? And then hopefully, it seems possible that in 2027, all this construction can happen. And that'd be great. Okay. Any questions or commentary or add-ons to any of this? I came onto the board several years ago and wanted to work on this renovation stuff because I like building stuff. But we ended up, we've also been looking at the treasurer role and looking at our IT, our information technology, and just team building. So, anything else? Joanne is our librarian now, and library. And Chris, you work here regularly and help take care of the facility and help anybody with any of that stuff. Okay, so what's happening next, Patricia? Hi.
Hi.
What's happening next? Who now?
We are going to introduce your Masonic
Okay.
and
Yes.
and
Shall we have like the
okay.
board on one side and Masonic representatives on the other? Okay. Why don't we do that? Yeah. There you go. Okay. Excellent. Is that working?
50 years ago, the Grand Lodge of New Mexico created the Masonic Charities Foundation of New Mexico to aid with financial relief to rural New Mexicans who needed to travel for medical care. Now, we tend to be more focused on individual local communities by matching donations at the local lodge level. But recently, I've been trying to move the board in a direction of giving grants on a greater scale to local communities such as this one. And so last year, Catherine reached out to me and asked if it was a possibility that we could help in some way. And it is my honor to say that we were pleased and able to do so. So on behalf of the Masonic Charities Foundation of New Mexico and on behalf of all New Mexico Masons throughout the state, I would like to congratulate you and give you a grant of $30,000 to match
It's hard to get money for capital projects. It's very hard, and it's a nice benefit to you guys to know that this is unlocking $190,000 on the federal side, and so really that $30,000 is worth $120,000 for the facility. And thanks for supporting your local communities. I don't know how many cars you came in, but we have some treats for you for the way home. We will keep you posted on the project, and you're welcome here anytime. And Don already, I tried to hire him to teach a 3D printer workshop. And you guys are welcome here anytime.
Yes.
Also, you're welcome to join us on May 26th. Our U.S. Congressional Pedesta Ledger will be here.
So that'll happen, because you called her and told her where we were.
Yes, we've been talking, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Thank you. And might want to put the current date.
Yeah.
We also have library card applications. I'm not sure, Joanne's running it somewhere, she has them. But we should definitely, I think we can find your address.
No, I can
And get
put
you a
everything here
library card.
checked out.
So, yeah. Have you been out here before?
I have not, no.
Okay. And Liz, Senator Stefanik, you have.
Well, I was refreshing Patricia's memory. When I was here in 1996, the bathroom was actually in that room, but it was a hole in the floor. And you had to squat. And there was a roof that was falling off, and there were parts of the beams were down. I mean, this building, even though you really want to renovate it, it looks so much better than 1996.
Yeah, yeah, a lot has been done to bring it along. It does not have another 50 years in it. But yeah. Cool. Hello there.
Hi there. I just want to thank you guys. That's terrific.
Our pleasure.
I'm glad we could make it work. No, it needed to happen, and it's wonderful to do.
Well,
In this environment.
Okay, so I have put my phone number.
Excellent.
I put the book.
Okay.
What else do you think I need to put?
No, I think that's good. I think that's perfect.
Okay.
When are you going?
Well, not for quite a while, not until next summer, but I'm going to read about where the antique books are. So
Yes.
we can make notes.
Yes.
And then I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Is there a stamp for this library? Maybe you want to stamp it.
You're asking things that somebody knows, it's just not me.
I think that one needs the batteries. I don't think it has batteries anymore. Yeah.
To fly.
my mom, she was telling me of winning for Christmas, and I was like, Kizzy, she bought me one of these, but it was like ones that are like this big. And then she gave it to my cousin because I was terrified of it. And
My son was afraid of the one we got him the one with
yeah,
remote
she said I
control.
was too scared that I didn't like it, so she gave it to my cousin.
Yeah.
But it was like the jumbo one.
Oh yeah. That would be scary.
Yeah, that is it. Very bigger than I was.
It's a bunny.
And I got a nice Catholic church and everything was standing there.
Well, no, that's because of the belt, yeah. But that's the kind that you want because you want the kind that you don't have to. My granddaughter would love to come in here. She would love to come in like this here. The next time you come, Amanda will go over there, but it's never open on Sundays, and she always comes on weekends, you know?
I would tell you who it's supporting this time, but I don't know. I turn up the tickets and leave them for Glenn Myers